For today, we have Perona versus Blackbeard. So on the right hand side, we have myself playing Blackbeard, and on the left, we have Connor playing Perona. So again, first couple of times playing this deck, still trying to get used to it. Testing out a couple of different matchups to see kind of, how it fares versus the meta, new and old. Perona seems like a decent deck to play against Blackbeard. The leader effect, being able to constantly control the board, is nice. So the Perona effect, -1 something on the field, or it can rest a 4 cost or lower. And then Blackbeard obviously having that massive negate everything on play effect. So it is important to know here that we have both mulligans. So these are the hands, unfortunately, that we have to play with. I think Connor having that Jack is probably decent, along with Ice Age. So we don't see any opening searchers in either of our hands. So I'd imagine the early plays are probably just going to be pass, pass, swing, swing. But we'll see how it develops anyways. We never know what we can take off life. So Connor just passed to me on 1 Dawn. I do have a quick scan in my hand, and then just pass it right back. So Connor got the 3 Dawn. Let's see if he is able to grab a searcher off the top of his deck there. Nothing so far for Connor. So he is just going to attach 3 Dawn and just swing A. Which is an easy take for me, and I do grab a left feet, luckily enough, straight off the top. So going to 4 Dawn here now. So we are going to keep 2 Dawn for that left feet. Let's just see what else we can do. So we do have a 6k swing at life. We know that Connor doesn't have a 2k in his hand from what we've seen at the start, so unless he's drawn one off the top of his deck, he probably will take this life. Yeah. So no trigger there from Connor, which continues my turn. So I do activate. This is my era. Searching top 3, trashing the rest. So unfortunately, the only option here is stronger here for me. It is a 2k counter, which is nice, but you do kind of want to be searching, your Burges or your searchers to kind of this early game. Just checking that we cannot actually grab This Is My Era off This Is My Era. So that's 1 Dawn for that. Tap 1 more Dawn for Lafitte. We tap 1 more to search top 5 then. So let's see what we can grab off the top of this. So I do see it. This Is My Era, a Vasco Shaw, and another Lafitte. I was actually just reading that there while it's in my hand to see if I can grab Lafitte off Lafitte, which turns out, nicely enough, you can do that. So just thinking about what to grab here. I think this is going to be our main option, really. Yeah, so we do have to grab the Lafitte then for another search then next turn. So with these cards acting as pseudo blockers, they are quite nice because Connor will struggle to get over it. So this is the first turn that we activate our leader effect. So Connor going to 5 Dawn. I know that he does play a couple of Sabo blockers, etc. So I don't really want to give him that draw 2, trash 2. And it's a big enough Dawn for me to start worrying about his on-play effects. So he does opt to just play the Borsellino, keep him 1 Dawn open. So we go to 6 Dawn here. Probably going to keep 2 for our search off Lafitte. So let's see. So we do opt to swing 7 at life. So Connor can either counter out of this, he can block on 2k. Well, let's see what he decides to do. That Borsellino does still have an un-KOable effect as it's a passive ability, so can't be KO'd easily. So it is a valuable body on the board. Let's just see what he decides to do. He just blocks, surprisingly enough. I thought he might have blocked and countered, but do just play the Burgess. So my thought process there, actually, I remember I had the black hole in hand. So if Connor took the life there, I would have just used the black hole then to KO the Borsellino, putting us both just at leaders. I don't really get massive value off playing the Burgess here, but I did opt to either KO the Borsalino or hope that he just blocked and got rid of it. So worked out well, I think, in this case here, but let's just see how the game is developing now. So Connor does decide to use his Perona effect to rest my Burgess. And he is sitting at 6k currently. He's just double checking that. So Burgess does gain 1k for every 4 cards in my trash. I don't think he's actually declared that he wants to rest my Burgess, but I'd imagine that is going to be the case. So yeah, he does decide to do that. Let's see what he decides to swing. So he decides to swing A, so I don't really want to give him 2 cards. And this is where I actually forgot to use my leader effect. So punished, not massively, but I was punished a little bit. He is able to play that Kuzan and draw a card for free. So bit of a misplay on my part, not keeping up with the tempo of the game, of using my leader ability every turn. I do have a decent hand size as well, so I should have been looking to do that and keep on top of things there, really. So sitting at 8 on, we swing 5 at life. Connor does give us a 1k of that helmet bow. I do play the 2-cost searcher, or 1-cost searcher, 2 Dawn search. So let's just see what we can grab off the top of this. Probably something like a Doc Q would be nice, I think. We do get a Doc Q, okay, which is decent, because we know that we have a Laboon in hand. So Laboon Doc Q does get over the Kuzan, and it gives us a little bit of a presence on the board. If we are able to clear the Kuzan, that will give us a Laboon, Doc Q, and Lafitte on the field. Okay, so we play Laboon, -4 the Kuzan. Play Doc Q then for 2, being able to KO that Kuzan. So we pass turn there, using all of our 8 on, putting Connor in his sticky situation here, because he does have to choose which character he wants to kill with his leader. So I do use my leader effect again, and he decides to kill the Lafitte. He uses leader effect to -1 the Laboon, and he does drop that big Jack, which is a pretty scary card for me. So he uses Jack's activate main ability, draw 1, trash 1 to kill a 3. Something that I was not really expecting, to be honest with you. Jack being such a powerful card against Blackbeard. So pitches the Kuzan. He still has 2 Dawn open. So let's see what he decides to do here. He might not need to do anything. Yeah, okay, so just plays the Jack, KOs it, leaves the Doc Q on field. Now this Jack is a big problem for me, so let's see what I decide to do. So tap 1 for our field spell searcher, trashing that Doc Q that's in our hand. And we do grab a stronger, so we have a couple of 2Ks, so we're starting to build a decent bit in hand, decent counters in hand. So I'm currently just thinking how I can deal with that Jack. I don't really have an Ice Age and something else to minus, so I need to do a quick little calculation here with a couple of Dawn. I think I've got 9. I just unfortunately did not have the big 10 drop. And we just do attach all of our Dawn and just swing over the Jack. Okay, so I'd imagine Connor is going to let this die. It would probably cost him his whole hand to keep it alive. So we pitch that stronger that we just got off our field spell. And Connor goes 10 Dawn here now. So he can use Perona to rest the Doc Q. He will give me a draw if he kills it, so let's see what he decides to do. It's probably best to start pressuring life here a little bit, especially if he plans on playing like a massive character. I think he should definitely start applying a bit of pressure to life. Okay, so he does decide to just kill the Doc Q and gives me a draw. And that draw is the big 10 cost. So we were drawing it for turn anyways, but very, very nice draw for us, especially going into 10 Dawn. So Connor plays Belmare after Belmare. Taps one more for Samurai. I'm not sure on the full name, but I know it is just rest 2 of your characters and draw 2 cards. So nice draw 2 there for Connor. Remember, he is under a leader effect, so let's see what he decides to do. He does have 7 Dawn, so he could play another Jack, but then he does open himself up for it to being killed then the next turn. Does tap 3 Dawn here for a TCG, which is an activate main, and then plays Ryuma. Okay, so he's just looking to establish a little bit of a board. I think he's probably thinking that if he swings wide, it's probably going to be decent. So we use our stage here to pitch another stage to see what we can get off this. Thinking here, so we do have, I think that's Doc Q. So I think here, 10 Dawn, no question really what we're going to do. So we're going to kill one of the Belmares and just play that big 10 drop. So Ryuma can't attack, leader negated, just for this turn. So when I do pass it back to Connor, his unplayabilities will not be active. Just thinking on what to discard here. We can get to a really important stage of the game here now where your discards are very important. So we pitch that black hole and kind of just turning his Ryuma upside down there just to make sure that he does not attack, keeping a good game state going. Now remember that 10 cost is a massive 12k blocker. Okay, so Connor does Ice Age it and Belmare. So now it's currently a 4. Yeah, just clarifying. He's going to use his leader effect then to -1 as well. So it should have been a 3. Okay, so but the Garp kills it anyways. Okay, not looking good for us here. Connor is able to clear that massive 12k blocker. So let's just see what we can do next turn. Let's hope we do have another one, but the pace of the game is starting to swing in Perona's direction. Connor does decide to swing 7 here. Oh, we do get a trigger, which is a finger pistol to kill that Garp. Okay, so that was a pretty nice trigger here for us. We do forget to mill the top 2 cards of our deck here for finger pistol, unfortunately. And that is another 6k swing with Perona. Okay, so game's definitely have to take in a little turn. We swing 5 at the Tashigi. And Connor does protect it with 2k, so he is protecting those characters. He's knowing that that's pretty much the only attack I have. I don't play any rush characters, so the rest of his characters probably will be safe from attacks. So we'll get a free look here at our top 3 cards with the stage. Let's see what we decide to take. Do just take a Van Augur, which is a 1k counter. I was thinking about taking the My Era, but unfortunately it's probably not going to be played at this stage of the game. So we do drop that card there, which is a proxy for the 10 cost. So just swapping them out just to give everyone a better idea. So again, that Ryuma can't attack, so just keeping him control there. The Tashigi isn't really too high, so you will have to commit Dawn to his characters. I'm just thinking on what to discard, which is the Van Augur to stop his unplayabilities. Just clarifying that I just added the Van Auger off of thing. Okay, so he's just clarifying that his TCG is an activate main effect. Let's see what he decides to do here. Yeah, we're both 10 Dawn. He does play a couple of geckos in his deck, which can be a couple of big bodies. So it looks like he's separating 5 Dawn here. Count 6. And he's just going to swing 15 at life here. Fortunately, don't have enough counter in hand to stop this, so I do take that life, and let's see what we do from here. So we are going down to 1 life. There's a couple of things that we can do here. We can look for a bit of board control, or if we do have that 10 cost, that is most likely the play that we need to be doing. So just separating our Dawn. We need to be careful, and if we are playing some lower cost characters, we do need to be careful if we are going to try and kill that Ryuma, that we make sure that we're able to kill it before we put any characters on the field. Okay, so we do Black Hole, which KOs the Ryuma. So the Ryuma can still activate, killing a 4 cost in trash. So we played a Doc Q. Now, if we had done that in the reverse order, unfortunately we would have lost that Doc Q. So we use the effect to KO the Bellmare. Just doing a little bit of board control. Swing 5 at life. Connor does have a small enough hand, so he is going to get a trigger here. He's probably thinking, if that's an Ice Age, he probably doesn't want to kill the Doc Q. Instead, just keep it for that big blocker to be able to reduce it down and try and rest it with Perona Leader. So he opts not to use it. And I do have 4 Dawn left, so we just play a Burgess just for an extra body, just to be able to apply a little bit of pressure next turn. Remember, that Burgess is sitting at, I think, 9,000 by the looks of things. We just get a free search here now. We are just going to pitch the card that we draw, probably, for our leader effect. So it looks like we have 5 lines of 4 there in our trash. So our Burgess is sitting at 10k. So you can opt to rest it, but it is a 4 cost 10k, which is a massive character. So just rearranging the trash here a little bit. He does opt to rest the Burgess, and he just swings 15 at Burgess. I do block and give him 2 2ks, which are 2 Strongers, which came in handy when I grabbed them earlier on in the game. So now that Burgess will be sitting at 11k if I use the leader effect again this turn. So he does 1k. And then Burgess attacks. Or takes that life. And we swing a massive 12k then again, putting him at 0 life. And then we just play another 10 cost Blackbeard. So in this case here, I could have attached 10 Dawn and swung with Doc Q, but then I would probably lose if he counters out of that. So it's best to play a little bit safe and just play that and try secure for next turn. You definitely need to be patient with this deck when you're playing it. So there's the Ice Age, making that a 5. He's thinking on whether to use the TCG effect. No, he just uses his leader effect to make it a 4. So you can't use the leader effect to rest it. You can play that Ezo to rest it though, for 3 Dawn. And then just taps my Samurai to draw 2. Remember that she cannot attack So Connor would only have one attack here now for this. So not looking good. We did swing the game in our direction nicely. It wasn't looking good for a while, but playing a couple of them 10 cost characters is pretty strong. So yeah, we just swing 12 at life and Blackbeard takes the game down. So just revealing that last life, which is at 2k. So interesting enough matchup. Playing that 10 cost definitely did swing the game in our direction nicely. If you've enjoyed these videos, be sure to like and subscribe, as I've got plenty more coming. Thanks for watching.